Well, hello, friends. I'm Heather Frierson, and this is the brand new mini-series for the Creative Woman Foundation podcast. In this podcast, we share biblical truths and leadership tips so that we can help women influence change and pursue God-sized dreams. And in this special podcast series, we are going to be diving into Creative Woman's new 6-part video series and workbook, Dream Launcher Connections, that's actually launching November 1st. A few friends will be joining me in this series to help pull back the curtain on what you can expect and how you can get connected. But on today's show, the very first one of this series, I wanted to do a special reading of the book from the welcome and the first chapter, which I had the privilege of writing. 5 other writers joined us in the book, as well as 14 other panelists. And so this book and video series is really a collaboration of so much wisdom. And I really have been praying, and so has the rest of the team, that as you dive into this video and workbook, that God really starts to unveil and pull back the curtain for you too of what he has for you in this season, how you can pursue the very dreams or assignment God has given you, and maybe reveal some unhurt or unhealed hurt and trauma that is in the way from you stepping into the fullness and all that God has for you. I think that's one of the main key factors in why so many of us feel stuck. But today, like I said, I have the privilege of reading the first chapter of our new workbook. And if you're watching this on YouTube, ta-da! There's a little line in it because this is a proof that I'm in the process of proofing. But as you can see, it's full of great content, and it's just really highlights what the video is about too, because the pictures that are in there are straight from the day that we were on set producing all 6 videos. We actually had 2 recording days, and it was just so special, and God really was there and anointed it more than we ever thought. We knew we were doing the right thing and that it was the next step in the season of Creative Woman. But until we actually got into the recording that day, we started, of course, with prayer, and God just really showed up and anointed us in so many ways. And so it was 2 days that I'll never forget, and I can't wait to share it all with you on November 1st. So without further ado, I would love to share the welcome and the first chapter of Dreams, which are really short because the main teaching are in the video series. But I hope you enjoy. Actually, I know you will enjoy, and I can't wait for you to actually get this in your hands, this workbook that I have, and see the video. So here we go. My purpose in founding Creative Woman was to equip women to pursue purpose and their God-sized dreams, to turn dreams into purpose and women into leaders, because that's who we all are. As leaders, we are ambassadors of Christ, commissioned to go into the world and to do the good works that he has prepared for us in advance. But how can you do those good works if you do not know your purpose? All too often, we put our dreams, our very purpose aside, believing the lie that our dreams are selfish. But the reality is, our dreams are about our purpose and legacy. Our dreams are what we were actually born to do and how we are to point people to Jesus. Whether we work in the marketplace, in the home, or for a nonprofit, we all work in ministry and are on the mission field every day. It may look different for each of us, but the mission is still the same. And the work we do is not only important, it's sacred. Our prayer is that through this video series and curriculum, you will learn how to embrace your own unique God-sized dream and purpose so that you can go and make a difference in the world around you. Your people are waiting on you to create the business, rescue hurt and lost people, support the ministry, and so much more. Are you ready? I hope you'll laugh, learn, and see yourself a little in each conversation. We created this for you because you are worth it. You are worth pursuing. You are worthy of Jesus dying on the cross. We are cheering and praying for you along the way. Now, let's continue the journey of becoming who God created us to be. And then you're prompted to watch a welcome video. And then we're just going to dive into the short dream chapter that is pretty much the same length. And in this video for dreams, it's actually myself, Cheryl Luke, and Sarah Burns who got to have the conversation in front of a live studio audience. And it was just like I said at the beginning, magical. And this is a little bit of a synopsis of that video and what I wrote in the workbook to get you started. Dreams can seem fluffy and selfish, right? Up until the moment we realize our dreams are actually deeply rooted in what God created us to be. Remembering or even discovering our dreams is like remembering those moments when we looked in the mirror as a child and twirled around in that pretty dress. Dreams connect us to our Creator. Dreams reflect our Creator. Dreams are how we bring beauty to the world. But all too often we end up pursuing our dream in isolation, sitting in an office by ourselves behind a computer only to find that once we reach our goal, we are not only alone, but no one even knows what we accomplished. That's why Dream Launcher friends are so important. Those are the ones who will go the distance with you, run alongside you, pick you up when you fall, hold you accountable so that you don't give up or go the wrong way. Dream Launcher friends are destiny relationships. They are pivotal in helping you see your dreams come to life. In our first video, I get to talk with two of my Dream Launcher friends, Cheryl Luke and Sarah Burns. Each one shares her dream journey and how her dream is connected to relationships and her purpose. Sarah so eloquently talks about how our dreams are connected to other people's yeses. As you dive into the dreams video, take note of where you might be shadowboxing and who might be connected to your yes. Now that shadowboxing is so important. It was such a good illustration that Cheryl talked about in the video. And so when it comes out November 1st, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But until then, this is our first episode. And in our next episode, Kendra Stanton actually sits down with me and we go through the discussion questions from that dream chapter I just read and dive into why we believe so many women have lost their dreams and even their voices. It's a really good episode. We've already recorded it and I know you're going to enjoy it. Next, Dr. Kate Bohannon will be with us to talk about one of our core principles, healing, and why so many women are actually not reaching their dreams. Like I talked about earlier, it's because of unhealed hurts and trauma. Maybe some unknown trauma. Then you'll get to hear from Gina Anderson, who led our writing team in the creation of the workbook, and she will share a little bit about the writing process, what it takes to do all of that, and actually we'll discuss how you can be a part of the writing team. Then our good friend Stacey McVeigh and I will be diving into the identity chapter and the behind the scenes of the filming of the video series that will be on YouTube November 1st, 2024. Maybe you're watching this after it's launched and you can go watch it right now. But she was a great director and pulled the whole thing together for us. And then finally, we'll share some testimonies from women who were part of our last CW Circles, which essentially is our small group that's centered around the books, any books we do. So with that said, I just want to say I am so glad that we are here together. You joined us for this podcast, and I cannot wait for all that God's going to do in you and through you by being a part of this book study. And I know that we have yet to see all that God's going to do in your life and in ours. We're cheering for you. We're praying for you. And until next time, go and be the woman you are created to be. Bye.